Hello everyone, it's Denise Love, and today we got an art subscription box showdown because the quarterly box finally came for this quarter for ArtSnacks, and then I've saved my Paletteful packs and my Sketchbox for that box to come in, so this is going to be fun, and I'm just going to open each box and we'll kind of see what we got this month. So let's start with the Sketchbox, which is my favorite monthly box. They've always done such a good job at curating, and I went ahead and I cut the tape, but I haven't opened it. But this little box got beat up in the mail, so I'm really glad they wrapped this in tissue paper so that the random art supplies didn't like fall out of the box. I would have been super sad. But it actually kind of looks like it's got slung all over the place, doesn't it? Alright, so we got our little cards in here that tell us what we got. I love that they do that. Oh, we got a thing of watercolor paper, Rembrandt Rough 100% cotton paper. So I love rough paper. I don't use it very much. I have several pads of the Arches rough paper, and it's very interesting the texture and the difference that it makes on the paper versus the cold press and the hot press. So let's see what is in the box today. Oh, something from Stone Ground came out. Okay, so we've got a watercolor from Stone Ground. Cool. Let's move the box out of the way. You know, those boxes are like the perfect size to store stuff and like put on shelves and stuff, but that one's kind of beat up, so I don't guess we'll be saving that. Alright, so we got 3 pencils from Faber-Castell, and these are the Polychromo pencils, which I'm actually kind of excited because I just got some Polychroma pencils in the last haul from, I don't remember what it was, I'll have to take a look. But I do have like a set of these, and I really liked them, so that's kind of exciting. We also got acrylic liner. And what is this? This is gold. Add sparkling details to your design with this stunning marker. So this is the Kuretake Zig acrylic liner. So you know I love Kuretake. Pretty excited about that then. And it's gold. And we also got this Uchida La Plume marker, white. Oh good, got a white marker. Activate this marker by gently pumping the tip against the surface. The opaque white pigment is perfect for highlights. Okay, super cool. Sounds like it's going to be just like our Posca pen. Let me get this plastic off of here so we can see the tip, and it's got a nice edge there to that tip, so that's going to be nice. Okay, I always use extra white pens for dots. We also got a round number 6 brush, so can never have too many brushes, and a Stone Ground paint, which I'm just going to tear this box up because I don't want to take for a look at that color. Such a pretty color. I like the Stone Ground paints, but it took me so long to get out of the last one that I got of these. I couldn't get the top off. It took forever, so glad I did that. I think those might have came in the holiday box now that I think of it, because here's those Faber-Castell in the tin. And so let's see, are these different colors? So the blue is different, the green is different, and what is this color? Because these were the holiday box. This magenta and magenta. So the magenta is the same, but the blue and green are different. So it is kind of nice to add those to my collection. So yeah, and then I just got these because it's the red and green. So the holiday box was really good this year. And now I have another Stone Ground paint. I'm really glad that they work with the Stone Ground paint company because these are not cheap paints. They're like super nice. All right, so, okay, Sketchbox. Good choices. Let's see what Paletteful sent us. Paletteful, if you had to pick one box, you know, that you're like, ooh, what's the best one? Usually the Sketchbox is my favorite. Paletteful so far has been hit or miss. Some months have been like fantastic, best box ever. Some boxes have been like, I didn't really care for that. So let's see what we got this month. If it's a hit or miss, maybe. All right, so we got some brush pens by Ecoline. And it looks like we got 2 shades of gray. All right, so yeah, that's a good size pen. These don't come with the same cute little card like the other does. They come with like an email saying, come look on our website. So this is by Royal Talons. I was looking to see if it was alcohol ink or not. That really stink. I'm gonna have to look at what that is and see what that is. So 2 gray brush pens, that's nice. We got another paintbrush. This one is a round number 6 also. Is it the same size? Yeah, it is pretty much the same size. It's a good size though. I'm liking that. Okay, Ecoline brush pens. Oh, some more. Okay, so this is like extra. I like that. So this is pastel colors. That's pretty cool because I like pastel colors. Set of 5. Nice. All right, and we also got some aqua inks. This is by Graphics, and these are watercolor inks. This must be like watercolor month from the boxes. This has got a very pretty teal and a green, so I'm kind of digging those, and then like a royal blue kind of color there. So good choice. Let's see, we got a paper in here along with a million scrubby little pieces of packing. Okay, so this is Ready Cut watercolor paper by Strathmore, hot press, 100% cotton. See, now I love working on cotton papers more than anything. Look at that fun little sticker. Looks a bit like a vintage. I love that. Probably my favorite sticker now. Right, did we find everything in the box? Yes, we did. Okay, so what'd you think? Was Paletteful a good box this month? I don't know, that's pretty good. I like all these. I'm hoping these are water-based pens because it did not smell like alcohol, and it's a watercolor month here, so that's a good one. Let's see what ArtSnacks sends. So ArtSnacks used to be the monthly box, and they've gone to a quarterly box, which I was really disappointed that they did that upside down, because, you know, I like getting stuff every month, but I swear these last 3 months have just flown by, and all of a sudden there's another box. So it's not so bad. Okay, so got a Hana Mule watercolor book, which I love these, and that's a nice size. And there is a brush, which ironically looks like the same size. It's a number 4 though. So now we got 3 little round brushes, 2 6s and a 4, so it is a tiny bit smaller. This is by Trekel, Creativity Amplified. Isn't that fancy? Okay, so win with the watercolor journal. And I do actually like that they put these in padded envelopes, because you can keep these and do all kinds of stuff with them. And my teacher neighbor loves them too, so I actually like that. Okay, we have Radiant Concentrated Watercolor. So this is definitely a watercolor month. We've got some watercolor inks, liquid watercolors, stone ground watercolors. I'm super appreciative that they sent that in a bag, because I have received things before that get knocked around in the mail. And again, a sucker. And they get knocked around in the mail, and it comes and everything's splattered in your package. So thank you. This is the Dr. Phil Martin's watercolors, and I know you don't see me ever use the liquid watercolor all that much, but I do actually have a collection of the Dr. Phil Martins. So this Tropic Pink 39C. So I need to get these out and play with them more. But that's a good color, I'm glad. Okay, we got some Faber-Castell watercolor pencils. Excellent, that's a win. We got a paint pen by Derwent. And let's see, what color is this? I don't know, it's some kind of orange. Let's get the plastic off here. Oh, it's a really nice, super fine point there. Okay, yay for the point on that pen. I like that. I think it's an orange, which I'm kind of liking. So we'll call that a win. And what is this? Dual tip markers in Candy Shop colors. So this is the Dual Markers Candy Shop. Gold flavor aqua. I think that's what that says. I don't like it when they put it in lettering that you're like, what is that letter? Okay, so we're assuming these are watercolor markers and they're dual tip. So I'm thinking that we could, you know, paint on paper and maybe wet them down and squish them around. So I like the tips on there. Good deal. Let's see. And we got our sticker. Cute. And we've got our, what are these? Okay, so Hahnemuhle watercolor book. See, that's like the best one. It's 200 GSM, so 30 sheets, fine grain, lightly textured. Doesn't say 100% cotton, so it might not be 100% cotton, but I really love the Hahnemuhle books. Then we got the Aqua Dual markers, which is watercolor markers are essential for on-the-go making. So they are watercolor markers. And then we got the Radiant Concentrated Watercolor. Produces an extremely transparent dye-based watercolor directly from the bottle or diluted with water. It'll lay down beautifully in your new book. And then we have the color pencils to round out your travel watercolor kit. Enjoy this Faber-Castell watercolor pencils. These pencils contain the highest quality pigments, unsurpassed by light fastness and brilliance. And then we got the brush and Derwent paint pen. What do you get when you combine a fine liner with a paint pen? This innovative tool from Derwent, water soluble when wet but permanent once dry. You can create a variety of unique effects with this pen. Opaque pigment ink flows from a 0.5 millimeter tip and offers immense depth of color even on dark paper. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So I do like paint pens, and the orange is fun. We'll just have to shake it up and get it started. And so now let's see what we can make today. I'm almost feeling like maybe I want to play on the rough paper that I don't play on as often, Sketchbox sticker, and just see out of this variety what it is that we can come up with. So I'm going to open that up and I'll be right back. Alright, I've pulled out a couple pieces of our watercolor paper by Rembrandt, 100% cotton rough texture. So this texture is completely different than the Arches rough paper. The Arches rough paper is an all over, almost like sandpaper feel. This is more of a smooth feel, but it's got ridges in the paper. It's not rough in the same aspect of what I've actually was used to and kind of thinking it might be. So that's kind of interesting. I like testing papers and trying different stuff. So that's really cool that this is going to be a completely different feel than the paper that I normally would go to for a rough surface. It's like rough as a textured rough, not like a sandpapery rough. So that's going to be fun to kind of experiment with. I'm just taping it down because I want to be able to peel the tape and see some edges. So I've got our watercolor inks up here. I'm almost feeling like I want to go with this teal and this green. So this is Petrol number 92 and Resenda number 61. I'm kind of feeling that just cause. And then I can see, you know, using gold in that. And I can see using white in that, so that'll give us a chance to use some of these paint colors and see what it gives us. So let me just put some water out here. I'm going to use a little bit bigger brush than what they've given me. And then, you know, I might do let's let the water kind of mesh and do its thing. And, you know, we could do 3 different ones with 3 different colors, maybe like a this teal and the green. Ooh, see, I love watching watercolor kind of do its thing when it's moving around, or inks, like acrylic inks, some of my favorite, yumma. All right, so we could do something like that. Let me just open all these and hope that I don't knock them over, which I almost just did. Oh my gosh, you know, I could have shook that up, I guess. Always shake your stuff up. But look what that blue one's already doing, like a yumma. Because the liquidy things, all the color settles at the bottom a lot of times. And it just occurred to me that that could be settling at the bottom. What if, okay, I'm kind of feeling this, but one of my favorite sets of colors, which I actually keep on the wall over here, is this blue and pink, and that's not quite that green, but what if we tried like something like this colorway? That's an older video on the YouTube channel, so you might just scroll back on YouTube and check out some of those. But what if we just go ahead and mix in, see, that's more like a fluorescent green. I'd almost consider that like almost like a green gold. But what if we add that and come back and do some of this in there? I might regret this, but we're just going to do it anyway. Ooh, look at that. See, I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's just open these back up. It's always fun to just play and experiment and see where you can go. Now, I really want to know what this stone ground one looks like too. Let's put some water on that and let it activate. And then I'm kind of interested in these little eco line ones. All right, I just dripped some water. Let's just go ahead and put that down over here. Let's see what this color is. And then maybe we'll get these markers out here in a second for this other thing. Oh my gosh, look at that. All right, so I instantly love that one right there. I kind of want to let it do its thing now. What if we try out some of these Eco Line pastels and see if we can get a cool, let's see if we can, if it's working the way I think it would work, they would we can swish that around with some water. What do I want? What do I want? Let's do this green. And there's kind of a dark gray. All right, let's just see if we can, and I'm using the number 0 Soft Aqua Raphael brush, which is a little bigger than the brushes that came in this set. So let's just see, do these move or not? Okay, we're going to say not really. So these are water-based markers, but I would not call them water-soluble. So, very interesting there to try that out. That was not what I was expecting. So the Eco Line, I don't know if it even says they're water soluble anywhere, but you saw it here first, folks, not water soluble. So let's just go ahead and take some of these watercolor crayons and see what these can do on top of that. You know, don't get discouraged. Like when you try something and you're like, oh, not at all what I expected. You know, now they are kind of moving around now. So it could be the paper. We'll chalk it up to, we'll say it's the paper's fault, but I don't know. I wouldn't really call that. That was not what I expected. Like these Faber-Castell water-soluble watercolor markers that I have, you know, if you add water to those, they definitely swish around like a watercolor, and these did not do that, so I do not think that's what they were made for. So now we know. So now we're just gonna do some weird whatever we want to do now on top of that, because you know, once you do something like that, you can come back and be like, okay, it's time to play, because this is a junk piece of paper now anyway, and just see, you know, what can you get on your junk piece of paper so you're no longer scared to use it. Just kind of playing here. So I like how if you go on the side on wet water, kind of makes it darker and gives you some splotches. That's kind of interesting. We're going to definitely call this one our throwaway sheet. Let's just do the whole thing up here. All right, I'm actually really liking what this is over here doing. I was kind of giving those time to dry while we were just doing weird stuff here on the center. Let's test this one out. We'll just call this one our test paper. Then we'll know what we want to do on the other pieces. This too is why I do more than one at a time, especially when I'm, oh, look at that color, especially when I'm playing, because, oh, look at that. Okay, I'm loving the orange. I'm feeling like orange could have a place over here. All right, so we're still letting that dry a bit. But I really like having a couple there, because then if you get one that could be like your favorite, and one that was just a total dud, and one that you're like, okay, that's interesting. You don't get stuck because the only one you did was the dud. Ooh, look at that gold. Let's test out this gold over here. Ooh, that's super shiny. Oh, yeah. Holy moly. Let's take a look at that. Okay, I'm gonna have to get way in, but can you see the shimmer on that? I would put that right up there with one of my possibly favorite shimmery golds with the Kuretake. Okay, so I think this was the Kuretake Zig acrylic liner. I'd put it right up there with my mica paste. You know how much I like the mica paste. You know, this stuff, the mica ink and the mica paste. This has that same kind of brilliance to it, so holy moly, we'll call that like win of the day right there. I think that might have been the Sketchbox one. Was that the Sketchbox? I'm pretty sure it was. Yes, Sketchbox. Okay, I'll officially declare Sketchbox the favorite after how fantastic this pen is. All right, let me just dry this right here. All right, we got that dry. I am going to maybe work on the other two now, and let's just say that even if you get a dud, nothing is wasted. We can still cut it into a little heart. Let me put the caps on these inks because I will definitely knock them over. That is just my way, my style. I just can't wait to spill everything that I could possibly spill. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling like, let's get all these started. I almost want to do, ooh, look at that. I almost want to do over here. Okay, I love white. You know, we like white dots and speckles. I also like the gold. I liked the orange. I'm feeling like blue orange together. Yummy, yummy. Kind of want to do something on this one to get started. So I almost want some pencil line or something in there. So I might go ahead and just take one of these and just do some lines and get some movement going over here, because I like movement and lines. You do whatever your favorite thing is. Can definitely feel a difference in the way the paper feels, but it is not the same as the arches. I really wanted to test this color out, didn't I? I didn't do it. Let's do it. Let's test it before I get too far. Let's test it over here. Let's just cover everything up. Let's just see what we can get when we're done. And this one, I'm going to cut it up anyway, so it doesn't really matter what you get on a dud. You can cut it up. That's a pretty color. I actually like teal and aqua and shades of blue like that, so I like that. Okay, so got some marks. Really want something to give me some bold line. Ooh, look at this. Like some bold marks. Do I want purple marks? I want a pastel. But I want to also try out as many different ones of these as we maybe have. Okay, so these are those Faber-Castell's dual markers. Were these water soluble? It would be very interesting to just give it, oh, look at that green. I'm glad I did it over there. I almost did it on the one I like. Let's see if these were water soluble. Okay, so I would actually, yes, call those kind of water soluble, but it's not getting rid of the mark. It's not getting rid of the mark here like it does on smoother paper, so that's kind of questionable. But the more you rub, the more it does. So, yeah, I would say that's water soluble. Those other ones were definitely not. Okay, so that's very interesting. That was super bright. That was super bright. Do I like it for a dot, though? Maybe for a dot. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm glad I tested that color out though, because we were almost going to have more than a dot. We were going to have like big splotches, and that was rather vivid color. Alright, we got a wet piece here. Let's get out our little hand prop, my little paint stick. So if you've got colors that are just overly vivid, then maybe consider using them as a dot or something where it's not such a gigantic amount of color, but you're still getting that little tiny pop of color. So I like that. I don't know, what about this yellow? Ooh, kind of fun in there mixing with what's already there. Okay, I'm kind of liking that. It's a fun choice, different. It's kind of just getting in there, blending a little bit. All right, so you know these two are not my favorite, but this one's kind of like talking to me, and I'm feeling like it's saying some good stuff. So what are we saying it's here? I kind of want, okay, I'm trying not to pull out other stuff, but as I'm testing these out, I kind of want a stencil or something. So I could do some yummy marks. I could do some dots. I like the white, so the white could be dots. All right, let's do some. Let's get it started. Let's just jump in and be brave. You know, I have those moments where I'm like, eek, I don't know what to do either. And because these are watch me experiment with whatever I want to experiment with that day kind of videos, I don't hide all of those doubtful moments. I just let you work right through the doubt with me. And I think that's kind of fun because, you know, if you're listening to a voiceover, maybe it is a lot more soothing perhaps, or maybe they don't hear the squeals of excitement, but then you don't know that how they worked through all the issues that they had, or what part they really loved, or what made them excited about the piece they created. And that kind of makes me sad that you don't get any of that. You just think, oh, they're an expert artist and they just managed to make that amazing with no effort whatsoever. And then you go to make it on yours and you're like, well, how do I work through this? And you don't ever figure out how to get past the hard parts. Okay, I'm gonna put some texture in here with this white because I want the texture in there to be very subtle. Maybe you just have to get real close to even see it, but I want that detail to subtly be in there. And we could do that with this orange, but I don't know, I'm kind of liking it like that. I'm almost feeling like I could use some blue line. Let's do it. Ooh, see there? Kind of feeling that. Okay, that was a good choice. You may not have thought that, but you go paint and decide for yourself what is a good choice and what things that you like. Ooh, let's use this gray. I'm feeling like some gray in here might be good. I don't know. Do we want the gray? Let's see what this gray even looks like over here. It is a gray. All right, let's just commit. Ooh, see, now that I got it on there. It's kind of a fun choice. Okay, see? That's a good choice. I'm liking that. And it's more of a dash than a dot, so it's a little different there on the pattern. Yes, yes. Okay, I'm feeling that. Good choice. Yeah, I really want to pull a stencil out, but I'm trying to work with just what we got today rather than pull everything else out. But when you're making these for yourself, feel free to pull all your other stuff out to go with it. Look at that, that's fun. Super fun. I kind of feel like I need more gold in here now. Like maybe another. Ooh, I like that. Okay, I would say instant #1 favorite gold beyond my super favorite mica. This could possibly be my #1 favorite gold pen ever. And, you know, look at that little tiny bit of a shimmer. Like, it's got that mica shimmer to it. It's kind of amazing. So I would say this right here made all the boxes. This one right here made this month a good month. Because I'll be honest, I mean, as I was pulling them out, I thought, more pencils, more markers, more watercolors. I don't know that I was super excited about the collections this month, but this I'm super excited about. So good job again, Sketchbox, for possibly another favorite tool that I'm probably going to pull out a million times. Okay, so I actually feel like maybe this one needs some gold in here. So let's go ahead and just do some yummy gold scribble. Just because. Okay, I like it. I like it. I like it. Then we could add some gold dots in here. Can never go wrong with a little bit of gold. And gold dots are exciting. All right, I like this little bit right here. So those will be good. Okay, and I love this one. All right, so let's just pull these out. And I feel like we got that's a real dud. But save it for collage, scrap material. The paper does peel, the tape does peel off this paper pretty nicely without tearing the paper. Okay, so yay for the good one. For this, but looky here. Now we got some butterflies. Oh yeah, I'm feeling a butterfly. I got a gigantic Bira Bira butterfly. I just take these bottom things off because I don't really need it. Let's see if we can get a butterfly out of here. Let's just even see what this looks like. All right, so let me cut this down. And if I can't get a butterfly, I can always get a heart. But let's just check. Oh, check it out. Check it. Ooh, oh, check it out. Okay, yeah. Look at right there. Oh, yeah, look at that. And we are going to just punch that paper. Oh, look at that. Instant, beautiful butterfly. Okay, that's pretty cool. So if you don't have like a heart art jar, this is my heart prompts, and there's some videos on my YouTube channel and a playlist on making your own art prompts out of leftover art with little things that you punch out. This can go right in my little jar with the hearts. So perfect. Okay, so even on the ones that we don't love, we can make something pretty out of it. Let's see what this would look like as a butterfly, because oh, look at that. Let's just punch it out. Okay, that is a hard punch, so you will need some strong hands to do that. But check it out. We just totally turned two duds into lovely little butterflies. And now that we've got those as little butterflies, you could then embellish them with, you know, some lovely gold. So you don't have to be done. You can then be like, okay, that's kind of amazing. What if I added, you know, some loveliness to that? Okay, this side was still wet and this side was dry. So as a little test there on that pen, check out the difference in the size of the dot that we got. But look how shiny that is. Super shiny, like the little mica stuff that I love. But if it's a little bit wet, it does spread out versus if it's dry. And it didn't stop working, so that was kind of a good indicator as if I was going to clog that tip up. So that was another fun experiment. So I hope you enjoyed checking out the art boxes with me this month. This was the special 3 for box because the ArtSnacks one, the quarterly box, came in. And then if you're like, well, I want one of those boxes, which is your favorite? Sketchbox generally is mostly always my favorite because they're so creative in what they curate. So that's a good choice. But this was super fun. I'm glad you were here with me, and I will see you next time.